Hey everybody, it's George again from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, www.bwunlimited.com. Today we're going to talk about a couple things. One is the first thing that I warned you about a couple of vlogs ago about the reality of charity fundraising. Fair warning, it's going to be a little controversial. Two is we're going to talk about opportunity. Because of the reality of charity fundraising, there is opportunity. However, charities today have got to grasp this because this is the way to go. The reality of fundraising today is successful fundraising events, no matter where they're held all over the country, are based on the event, not the charity. Is that hard to understand? The reality of it is this. A couple blogs and vlogs ago, I told you about, asked you actually, how many charities do you think there are across the United States? Well, the numbers are 104 million registered U.S. nonprofits, 104 million with only 50 states in the nation. Most of those charities have chapters like Ducks Unlimited, Susan G. Komen, the Cancer Society. They have chapters. They have fundraisers all over the country. Then you have, so that brings your number up to probably about 200 million in 50 states. And then you have benefit events. The difference between a charity fundraising event and a benefit event is a charity fundraising event is hosted by a charity, a registered U.S. nonprofit. Benefit event is an event held to benefit someone. For instance, somebody gets sick, their friends get together and they hold a benefit fundraiser. Someone's house burns down or some type of tragedy, they have a benefit fundraiser. They all get together and they have a fundraising event. So you can't track those because those aren't registered U.S. nonprofits, but you can imagine there's hundreds of millions of those. So we're going to bring in the number back up to about 250 million charities or fundraisers going on. Then you have the sports teams. You know what I'm talking about. How many times have you rode down the road and seen girls holding up signs, car wash, this, that, and the other, everybody, or Girl Scouts sitting out front selling the Girl Scout cookies and everything else, raffle tickets, you name it. So you really can't track those numbers, but we're going to stick with 250 million. Do the math, 250 million, 50 states in the nation. If there were 10 people in every charity involved with every charity doing a fundraising event, that brings the number up to, I don't know, gajillion. Okay, there's a gajillion people out there doing charity fundraisers. So here's where the opportunity, the reality of it is. If people do not respond to a charity saying, when you go, hey, we're going to do a fundraiser for ABC charity, they don't respond to it like they should. For instance, I just talked to somebody who said they're involved with this major charity, and I asked them how many people do they have at their event, and I'm thinking he's going to tell me 800 or 1,000 people. He tells me 250 people. This is their annual national gala, 250 people. Major charity. But yet you take those numbers and you equate them over to, let's say, the First Aid Hornets, that if you've been following me on Facebook and you've seen that we did an event for the First Aid Hornets called the Beer Bash, or I'm sorry, the Sports Bash. This is a little boys baseball team, travel baseball team. They had 12 kids on the team, all 11 years old and under, so you figure 12 sets of parents. They had 520 tickets sold. Why? Well, because they followed the method that I've been teaching them and saying, listen, you got to advertise about the event and not so much about the charity. The reason why is there's 104 million or 250 million or gajillion, whatever, people out there preaching about give to their charity. People today are tuning it out. They're tuning it out. So no matter what you do today, every time you turn the TV on, you read a magazine, you listen to the radio, anything like that, there's charities out there saying, please support me. Please support me. You get in your mail, you're getting support letters, capital campaigns, you name it. People, what they do is commonly, is they just tune it out. They become numb to it and they just cast it out. However, if charities plan their fundraising event about the event, and what I mean is the fundraising event has got to be an event. That event is going to draw people. The last blog we talked about, what's the cornerstone of any great event? The venue, right? The venue is important, absolutely important. So we picked the right venue, we got great food, we got alcohol, you name it. Now we're going to start constructing this event. We have to title it, give that event a title, because the opportunity exists for charities to build an event that nobody wants to miss. Everybody wants to be there. Subtitled about the charity. Now, it doesn't really matter because the charity is going to benefit. The reality of charity fundraising today is that it is extremely competitive. You cannot, I don't care who you are, you could be the largest charity in the whole world, or you could be a small little team like the First State Hornets. Everybody's playing in the same crowd. It's very competitive. We talked the last time about, if you want to see what kind of charities you're up against, go to www.taxexemptworld.com. Enter your county, your city, your state, whatever, see how many charities are in your area. It's extremely competitive. You've got to build the event. The event has got to be great in order to pull the kind of people you want there, to get the kind of money you want. Remember, we talked about a financial hurdle and all that. So you've got to build the event. If you build the event, create a really rock star event, people will come. For instance, you've seen people waiting outside for concert tickets for a week in a tent or in line or whatever. People want to go to an event. Nobody wants to miss a great event. Now, this is something that's really important. And I've recently had both negative and positive conversations about it. I don't care where you are. If you have a great event, people will drive hours. You heard what I said, they'll drive hours. I was just with Calvert Hospice in Prince Frederick, Maryland, and they were telling me about a recent event that happened in their county for the hospital, that the tickets now are like $150 a piece. Calvert County, Maryland, which is in southern part of Maryland, the absolute southern, it's a long way off. It's out in the middle of the woods for all who's concerned. Okay. That they had an event, they moved that event to Baltimore, 90 minutes away. They sold out at 970 tickets, $150 a head, 90 minutes away. I've had people say, oh no, they're not going to drive for 20 minutes. You know, they're not going to, no. If there's a great event, great food, great venue, awesome thing, you know, people will drive. They'll get hotel rooms. We've done events, and we commonly do events that people fly into from all over the United States. So the reality of charity fundraising is this, and we're going to talk about this later, and this is the one that's going to be the big fair warning, is venue, free isn't good, cheapo is not good, great food, not ladies auxiliary food, great venue, great food, great place, the whole thing. The next thing that we're going to talk about, is the opportunity. The opportunity exists, but you've got to understand how to build that event. In fact, I commonly tell our clients all across the United States, listen, we're helping you plan this event this year, but in reality, we're planning the following year. We're having such an impact on year one that we're driving and helping you sell tickets for year two. So you've got to understand, create an event, not about the charity, create an event, and you'll get more support, more people, sell more tickets. Everybody loves a great meal, you know the deal. All right. The other thing that's controversial that we'll talk about down the road, we'll talk about it, in fact, I'll make a promise now. I'll guarantee you we'll talk about donations. Why donations aren't working in silent and live auctions. But nobody, this is the reality part, this is the fair warning thing. Nobody wants junk. Nobody wants junk. You're not going, yes, you'll keep 100% of the donated item, but 100% of very little, and the attraction to your event. If you're building an event, you got to have great stuff. Yes, I have autographed helmets. There's Bo Jackson, there's Terry Bradshaw, Jerry Rice, you name it, we've got it. John Elway over here, see it? Michael Jordan. You got to have great stuff. That helps you pull people. And yes, it will make you money. But you got to build, you got to do this in the stepping stones. Great venue, great food, you name it. So, opportunity. Build an event. What did Kevin Costner say in The Field of Dreams? Build it and they'll come. Believe me, I'm here to tell you that's the truth. So, Thank you. This is today's tip. This is fundraising tip number 2. The reality of charity fundraising is building an event, taking advantage of the opportunity. Build a great event, and you will be a rock star. And what did I say last time? You'll be you're at stop number 2, traveling down the road to success. Again, I'm George Wooden from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, and also now, by the way, from charitytravelpackages.com. Go take a look at our brand new website. We love it. So, George from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising, a North American leader in charity fundraising in a one-stop shop convenient setting. Go check out our website at www.bwunlimited.com. Check out www.charitytravelpackages.com. Find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, or just call us 410-658-8808. I'll see you next time. Thanks for this opportunity. Bye-bye.